running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
Fast facts from around the auto world. China's BAIC. Now, China doesn't, I don't know if they got a problem with full words, but they don't name their even one of their car companies is called BID, BYD. But BAIC, I couldn't pronounce. It's what it's called. BAIC is an automaker, and they're starting an all-new push for sales in Mexico. First time ever, BAIC will export vehicles to Mexico. First time. It will be the first Chinese imports in the country. Okay? Well, no, it won't be the first. It'll be the only Chinese imports in the country because in 2009, Xinfa, whatever that company is, they left in 2009 in China. They haven't had a Chinese car in Mexico since, and now they're going to have the BAIC. What's with all these letters? I mean, come on. What's with all these letters? Hey, we're going to talk to John from Avanti at 219-845-1100. He's on line 62. Johnny, what's up, my man?
Hey, Big George.
We're having a ball.
Sounds like it. I like that was a good show last week too.
Oh, you know what? And plus, you eat like a pig when you're at that place. I can't. I just eat. That's all I do.
Yeah, you were making me hungry listening to
Oh
it.
man, the onion rings there to die for. Oh, unbelievable. Well, anyway, a lot of hot rods too, man. No Avantis, no Studebakers.
No, it's hard to find them.
Oh, I was looking for a twin turbo Studebaker, and I couldn't find one.
Hey, remember I called you I think it was last week, and I told you about the 3rd of July in Chicago. The 2 police officers were in their car, and a car drove by and threw a lit firework on their hood.
Oh yeah.
And then they thought it was like an M80 or something, and it fell off the hood and landed on the ground, and that's when it exploded. And then the reason I was bringing that up was that the report I heard that said that after the explosion of the firework, that the car wouldn't restart. And I was asking you what you thought it might have been.
I've called everybody I know with the latest. I have a buddy that works in the Ford plant, the high tech end of the Ford plant, and I asked him. I said, "What one of these like an Edge or whatever that they're using for squad cars? How could a firework going off alongside of it keep it from starting?" He had no clue.
Because I was thinking about it, because the report I got said that it would keep it, that the car wouldn't start. But I think it goes deeper than that, George, because you think about it, if the policemen were on duty, they were in the car, even though they were parked, that car's running. Because when they're on duty, if they park and go into a 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee, that car's sitting outside, it's running.
Oh yeah.
So the firework when it went off, it must have killed the engine too. It must have stopped the car from running, and then it wouldn't restart.
Wow, that's a thought about. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that had to be running when it went off.
Exactly, because like I said, the cops were on duty and they were in the car. So because like I said, the report that I heard was that it would not restart. But I thought about it more, and I thought, well, I bet the car was running, and the firecracker went off, and it killed the engine, and it damaged the shock waves from the firework. Damage must have been something electrical in with the.
Oh, it had to do something with the computer or one of the modules.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense, John.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
And like I said, if it sounds like that's what really happened. If it is, that's a big flaw. Because like I said, you got protesters. All they got to do is stop by Crazy Kaplan's, buy some marked down M80s before they go to the protest.
What about you're on the highway and a semi blows a tire next to you?
Exactly. So
that sounds like a bomb going off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We're going to dig into this, John. I'm glad you brought it up, but we're going to dig into this. We got to do more. We got to find out what happened here because I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah. Like I said, it was with the Chicago police on July 3rd. So if you can find anything on that,
I'm going to check it out, John. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for calling. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Uncle Joe is on the next line. Uncle Joe.
How you doing, George?
You know what, Uncle Joe? I'm just marvelous.
Well, I tell you what, this is a beautiful day out there.
It is nice, isn't it?
It's not good to take a car to the shop, but this is a road trip. And I got the perfect idea for you, George.
Yeah.
We got the American Legion Regional State Tournament in Plymouth, Indiana. About an hour away from y'all.
Oh yeah, I know where Plymouth is. They got a great little golf course out there.
Yeah, that's a terrific. Well, Highland Post 180 is playing in Plymouth, Post 27. They're both winners, and they'll be going against each other at 3 o'clock.
Uncle Joe, I got to tell you something. I didn't know they still had American Legion baseball. I played American Legion ball.
No.
That was a big deal back in the 60s, man.
Well, I tell you, there's a resurgence now. We got 17 tournaments.
That is so cool.
And next year we're going to be adding on Whiting, Gary, Lowell, and Hobart. The Legion teams want to start up, so we're going to have about 13 teams in the northern half of Indiana.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and at the time, only the best guys from the Babe Ruth League got picked up by the Legion ball. And I played Legion ball because I was kind of like a Kyle Schwarber, hit the ball out of the park thing. And of course, I was a good hitter. And I got picked up by the Legion team in Lansing. And man, oh man, we traveled all over. And Legion ball was a big deal.
Yeah, I tell you, I just got on the...
I didn't even know it was still there, Joe. I really didn't.
Yeah, the Kankakee Valley High School, Wheatfield Post started them up. So this year, they just joined us. And... So it's a swing back to the, playing nice ball. And,
it was great baseball.
You don't have to go 400 miles to lose 20-0. You can do that 60 miles.
Yeah, you can do it a mile from home, right, Joe?
That's right.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm gonna go watch a Legion ball game this week.
Well, just to let you know, at 1 o'clock, Bristol is playing Michigan City. And then at 7 o'clock, Valpo's playing the winner of the Bristol.
And this is out in Plymouth, right?
Out in Plymouth, yeah. We got 3 ball games.
That's beautiful.
The other.
I know a couple of good gin mills out there, too, Joe. I'm going to have to get out there.
Okay.
Thanks for telling me, buddy. Thanks for calling. That sounds like a good time. Uncle Joe has always got something going. He's the man. I'm telling you, he is the man. With all the new technology on our vehicles, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Here we go again with these letters. The IIHS has declared over half the small crossovers of the United States to have deficient headlamps. Headlamps. I mean, this is all got to be re-engineered or something for safety purposes. How do you have bad headlamps with all the money that we put into today's car? I mean, you go to buy a new car, and there's a list of technology on there that just amazes you, and you're paying for it. But it's expensive. But after you pay for the voice-activated radio and the power glove box door and sync voice recognition and you name it, the satellite radio, how can you have bad headlights? The most basic part of the car. Bad headlights. And while we're on this headlight kick, I want to tell you a story about a car that was in my shop 2 weeks ago. A young gal came in, said, "Hey, I need a headlight in my Chevy." And I thought to myself, well, this would be no problem. I'll get one of the guys to pop it in for you. And she kind of had a smile on her face. I didn't know. She had been somewhere, and they told her. And I didn't realize it. To change the headlight in this Chevy Malibu, you had to drop the bumper down. You had to take the whole front bumper down to get at the headlight. It's a 2.5-hour headlight change for a headlight. It's a $400 headlight job or $300 headlight, whatever. It's ridiculous. And I said to her, I said, well, as long as we're going to do this, would you like me to put both of them in there so they're both new at the same time? Because if one goes out this week and another one goes out next week, you're not going to be happy about paying to have your bumper taken down again. So guess what? Headlights are a big deal, and apparently half the IIHS, or the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, has said, hey, those headlights are no good, Tony.